Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on a New Year's Eve layout, and I am using this beautiful paper from Sparkle City, which is Shamel's collection that's coming out at the end of March. And if you follow my channel, you know that I was one of the people who got to go on her Disneyland event, or class, if you will, thing in January, and it was amazing and a lot of fun. And in our swag bags we got a few sheets of Sparkle City. So I got 2 sheets of this firework paper, and the back side is the bluish aqua ombre ledger paper. And so I got 2 sheets of that, so I'm going to be using the fireworks today to document my grandson's first New Year's Eve. And the red paper on the right hand side is from Go Now Go, and I'm pairing up papers from all of her collections to do his baby book, and you probably know that if you watch my videos. And this red sheet actually goes really well with a couple of those fireworks. They have red in them, primarily the second one from the top on the right hand side and the one right in the middle on the left hand side. And so I thought it would be perfect to go ahead and pair those up. Now this pink kind of, it's not polka dots because it has like a pinked edge to all of the circles, is from, I believe, her original collection, which I think was just called Shamel. And the cut apart with the balloons is from either Starshine or True Stories. And I can't remember which one it's from. But this cut apart sheet here with the tags is from Sparkle City. And I don't end up using it, but I did audition it. But the yellow was not quite bright enough for the yellow in the balloons that is in the other cut apart sheet. So I also wanted to pull in red from the right hand side over to the left hand side, so I've added that little piece of red that has some pink and yellow in it, which coordinates with the journaling spot on the right hand side. So you will see pretty much everything that I use on the right hand side. I'm going to add a little bit of it to the left hand side of the photo to bring the colors across and provide some continuity. And the little banner that says happy is from one of the cut apart sheets, either from True Stories or Starshine. I'm not sure which one it's from, but I'm going to end up using it kind of like a signpost, and it's going to have some banners hanging down from it. And I really like the way that it ends up looking. So I really like how all of her collections are usable with each other. It's a really nice way to use up a lot of your old stuff by adding in some new stuff. They just go so well together. It's perfect. So I am documenting my grandson's first New Year's Eve. It is also his 2-month birthday. So I don't know if you actually consider it a birthday or not, but anyway, it's the anniversary of his second month of life. So um, it's really cute because he was born on Halloween, and so every month at the last day of the month we kind of have a little photo session there with his big number on his belly that says how old he is, and those are all getting put in his book. And this time it happened to be New Year's Eve as well. Now you're going to see as I start to build up the colors on the right hand side that I'm going to bring those over to the left. Right now I am working on figuring out which papers I want to make my little signpost banners out of, and I auditioned several things, but I really like this navy and turquoise striped one, so that's one that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to use this polka dot one. So I've also got papers layered underneath his photo, some from Glitter Girl and some from Box of Crayons. It sounds like I'm an advertisement for Shamel's product, but I promise I'm not paid to do that. It's just all of her papers go really well together. You can always find something out of each of the collections to tie into something in one of her other collections, and I love how that works. And I love that I can use papers that might seem really girly in a boy layout and not have it look too feminine, and it all works out really well. So um, I am just adding these little tiny layers of slivers of paper to the left hand side of his photo to kind of bring everything together. And it's a great use of all of the little tiny offcuts or even of your manufacturer strips. You can slide them under and just use them in that way. Now you just saw me use my tiny attacher just to kind of staple this together. I have a difficult time getting my banners to look like they're hanging naturally. They kind of sometimes look too posed, if you will. So once I got them how I wanted, I just used my tiny attacher to staple them together so I wouldn't lose the way the layers were. And then I went ahead and adhered them down. And I will be adding some dimensional adhesive to that little circle spot that you saw me cut out. And Happy is also lifted up on the dimensional foam. That's just fun foam from Walmart. It's super cheap, and yes, I did just put that on backwards. I want the circle coming in from the edge, not the flat part. And that is my little Bluetooth speaker. I just set it on top of the pieces while the glue was drying a little bit so that they wouldn't curl up. And now I am going through one of my paper pads. It's either Starshine or True Stories because those are the two that I have in pads of paper. And I'm pulling out some stuff with yellow so that I can bring it down to the other side of his photo. And the two pieces that I've pulled out there are not pieces that I'm going to end up using, but I thought I might use. I also have a bin of random baby stuff from varying collections. Some would be Chamel stuff, and most of it's not. So I went through that bin and I pulled out a couple of pieces that will go with the yellow. And you're going to see that here in just a few seconds. I'm going to pull out those pieces. And so I end up using the little silhouette of a boy. And I thought that went really well. It matches Happy perfectly. It's not a Chamel piece. I think it actually might be Authentique or something. It's got some texture to the paper, so that's what leads me to believe that. And it works out really well and matches the color perfectly, so I decided to go ahead and use it. And I don't think there's any problems mixing collections. I know I've been using a lot of just Chamel stuff because that's kind of my go-to for his baby book, but I don't have any problem pulling in other stuff from other collections. Now I'm looking for a way to put New Year. You saw me pull out Freckled Fawn white stickers, but they did not fit very well, and I didn't like the way they looked. So I pulled out these little tiny clear stickers, and these are from one of Chamel's other collections. And so I like it because they're clear, and so they're smaller than the regular tile stickers, so they fit on the banner better. So it does read Happy New Year. And then I've got some buttons there from one of her collections. You can see I have two packages. I've never used them, but I am going to go ahead and use them this time. I think one is from Little by Little, and the other one is I think it's from Starshine, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm pulling in the ones that have purple in them. I think they match really well. I'm pulling the foam adhesive off the backs because these are already very dimensional and I don't want them popped up even more so. So I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid glue to adhere those to my layout. And I'm just using the Tonic Deluxe adhesive to do that. I haven't had any problem with anything falling off using it, so that's what I'm going to end up going with. Excuse me. And those are going to be my 3 little embellishment spots, and I'm going to add some sequins and I am going to end up leaving it pretty simple from there on out because there's a lot going on already with the patterned paper. I do use some of those sticky puffy hearts, and those are from Go Now Go, and that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Add a few sequins and be done. So if you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. I will get back to them as quickly as I can. You can see I've got my tweezers up there holding that piece of happy and that purple circle together. That's another good way to use your tweezers. And these are sequins from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. It's an exclusive pack that was done by Spiegelmom Scraps for Head in the Clouds, and they're super super cool. Lots of different colors, and they match perfectly. So I love them, and I like to sprinkle them around just randomly and haphazardly. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and if you're not a subscriber, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and stick around for the close-ups. They'll be along in just a moment.